During the last 6 months that Douglass lived with Mr. Covey after the fight, he never hit Douglass again. Sometimes Mr. Covey said he did not want to have to whip Douglass again. Douglass would then think to himself, "You had better not wish to get hold of me again, for you will be likely to come off worse in a second fight than you did in the first." Douglass writes, "This battle with Mr. Covey was the turning point in my career as a slave. It rekindled within me a sense of my own manhood. It recalled the departed self-confidence and inspired me again with a determination to be free. The gratification afforded by the triumph was a full compensation for whatever else might follow, even death itself. He only can understand the deep satisfaction which I experienced, who has himself repelled by force the bloody arm of slavery. I felt as I never felt before. It was a glorious resurrection from the tomb of slavery to the heaven of freedom. My long-crushed spirit rose, cowardice departed, bold defiance took its place, and I now resolved that however long I might remain a slave in form, the day had passed forever when I could be a slave in fact. I did not hesitate to let it be known of me that the white man who expected to succeed in whipping me must also succeed in killing me." Douglass also later wrote in the third autobiography about the fight, "I had reached the point at which I was not afraid to die." Douglass was 16 years old at this point in his life. For the remaining 4 years that Douglass lived as a slave, he got into several fights, but was never again whipped. The law of Maryland said that a slave who resisted their master was to be hanged. In other cases, the slave was publicly whipped as an example to other slaves. Douglass was surprised that these things did not happen to him. He gave an explanation. Mr. Covey enjoyed the most unbounded reputation for being a first-rate overseer and Negro breaker. It was of considerable importance to him. That reputation was at stake, and had he sent me, a boy about 16 years old, to the public whipping post, his reputation would have been lost. So to save his reputation, he suffered me to go unpunished. Because of Mr. Covey's reputation, he was able to rent slaves at cheap rates. Hearing a story that he had tried to whip a young slave, got into a fight, and lost would be damaging to Mr. Covey in the eyes of the slaveholders. After the fight, at times, Douglass would work slower than the other slaves in the field, on purpose to provoke an attack. However, Mr. Covey never started another fight.